Lost in the Funhouse by Hex. The diagram is a funhouse comprising 5 rectangular rooms whose boundaries must be determined. Solvers are invited to take a tour, with the across answers starting in the upper left square and then proceeding right across the top row, then dropping to the second row, proceeding left and going back and forth and so on and so forth. It's boostrophodon. Love that word. Boostrophodon. Along the way, riders will go in and out of the 5 rooms. In one room, answers go backwards, that is, opposite of the prevailing direction of the row. In a second, answers are anagrammed. In a third, answers lose 1 letter. In a fourth, answers gain a letter. And in a fifth, answers are replaced by their homophones. So new could become new or new. In every case, a new word is formed in the grid. The lost and gained letters, taken in clue order, spell out a description of the Funhouse experiment. No, experience. Answer lengths are withheld from the across clues. The downs are completely normal and are clued in order column by column. There are 4 capitalised words among the clue answers and 2 more among the altered words in the diagram. So here's our diagram. It is is that 12 by 12, I want to say? 11 by 11. 11 by 11, he says, because I want to check that I made it correct. Yes, I did. So we start here, we're going to be going along here, then there, then there, then there, and so on and so forth. So we could start with the downs to give us lots of structure and rigidity and clues about what we might be entering into the grid. I'm going to go with the acrosses. So it's absolutely blind cold solving for the answers. We just absolutely won't be able to put anything in the grid for a bit. Exactly, Hans. Whole lot of fun. Prizes to be won. I loved Funhouse. Funhouse and Finders Keepers. I'd go on those. Be brilliant. Mainly for the end bit. So for the end bit of Funhouse, because I just want to go in a giant jungle gym and just raiding the room for Finders Keepers. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, good evening. Good evening to anyone who said hello to me whilst I was reading those instructions. Yes, there's a lot of preamble. If you want to see the preamble, type exclamation mark blurb. I have put a handy summary here. We will have 5 rooms and it's only the across answers that it affects. The down answers are completely normal. Lady from Troy is scared silly. Lady from Troy is scared silly. I'm assuming anagram of either scared or is scared, because silly is an anagram indicator. It is boostrophodon. I said the word. I said the thing. Is scared silly. I wanted it to be Helen because I thought it was Helen of Troy, but it's not. It is a different lady from Troy. And I don't know if this person is still the head of the Met police force in London. Don't know. But go for A if you've got it. Go for A. The either current or former head of the Metropolitan Police in London is Cressida Dick. And it is an anagram of Cressida is scared. So I'm assuming it's Cressida, because that's a woman's name. And I'm assuming they're from Troy. Former now. I can't remember whether she was ousted because of things. I can't remember. See, I try not to pay attention to politics, despite the fact that it annoys me. Stuffing dad roughly into part of a building. Stuffing dad roughly into part of a building. Anagram of dad into part of a building. So like an annex. Into part. No, hang on. No, into can be your anagram indicator, but I'm not spotting that. I think I'm going to go semi-quickly with the acrosses, because it's not until we get the downs will we know a lot more about what's going on. From the sound of it, Path went for a spin. From the sound of it, Path went for a spin. I need 2 words. One is going to sound like the other. So it's not going to be a it would be really weird if it ended up in the homophone room, because we'd be taking a third homophone, wouldn't we? From the sound of it, Path went for a spin. If you went for a spin, you drove, you rotated, you spun. Path, lane, route. Is route go for a spin? Mark Rowley. Well, there you go. Did not know. Turned. What's another name for a path? A lane. A road. Road. Now, from the sound of it, path went for a spin. You road. There we go. They are sort of used interchangeably, and it annoys me because they're not interchangeable. And now I've forgotten which one is which. Purplish red mum grabs a man. Purplish red mom grabs a man. Yes, got it. Yep, that's fine. I've got D. Got D. Excuse me for just 1 second whilst I hop over here to go behind the... I've left my cans over here. Yes, sorry I was a bit late starting today. Had a nap. It was a lovely nap, but it was 3 hours. It was a proper nap. Yes, by Thursday, I'm always very fatigued. I had to stop work early today because I couldn't think, couldn't see straight, so I had to stop early. Fatigue is the worst. There's a lot of worst things. This is one of the worst. Go for D. Yeah, I've got at least 2 hours work that I need to do once I finish today's stream. Lovely. Anyway, I overslept, and thus dinner overran. Thus I was a bit late here today. It is magenta. Well done. Ma is your mum, and a man is a gent. Secret magenta man. Really brownish red. Really, are we going to go in the colours debate? I will happily say that magenta is a purpley red. I will happily say that. I'm colourblind, but I will happily say it. Pistols surrounding empty openings in walls. Pistols surrounding empty openings in walls. Well, an opening in a wall's a window, isn't it? Or is it going to be one of those, those thin ones that you get in a castle where they can fire the arrows out, but you can't fire the arrows in unless you're an incredibly good shot? Like myself. Absolutely not true. Pistols are guns surrounding empty openings. So empty openings could be cryptically doing OS. Yes, Lily. Yes, completely agree. If only to satisfy my Steam wish list, because Steam sale is on today, and it's just, yeah. With the payday tomorrow. Completely agree, Lily. Give me all the subs. Empty openings, first and last letter of that. In walls is the definition. So that's a wall. There's a wall right there. Good. What? Defense. No, not getting it. I'll come back to it. You're a murder hole, Faddy. I've been saying that a lot recently. I don't know why, but whenever I see a phrase, I just keep going. I want to say "you're" and then the phrase. I don't know why. It's the equivalent of Brooklyn Nine-Nine's title of your sex tape, isn't it? That's what it is. It's been going around my head quite a bit recently. Restricted velocity in weird, dreamy stretch. Restricted velocity in weird, dreamy stretch. It's got mist hidden in the middle of that. It's got mist, but I don't think it is mist. Velocity is usually V. I mean, restricted could be R. Maybe there's a classification. But if we restrict velocity, we get V in an anagram of dreamy, which could be weird. So if we put V in an anagram of dreamy, we would get a stretch. That's not looking great. It's almost vineyard if I use in as in, but we're left with an extra M. Thank you, Lily. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Just another 999 to go for the month. Woohoo! I do not have goals in that respect. I'm not spotting this one. Anagram of dreamy, though. For stretch. No. Send back tire bouncing around M. Send back tire bouncing around M. That feels like anagram of tire around M. E-M. Remit. Remite. Re-item. Send back tire could be a wheel. Bouncing around M. So, first letter please for this one. It's going to be the R. It's got to be the R. R. Remite. Remedy. Tire around M. Second letter, please, which will be an E. I even put it in there, and now you can tell me that it is. Well, catnip, isn't it? Yeah. Remedy? All I could get is that. All I could get is remite. Next letter, please. Because I want tire bouncing, i.e. anagrammed about M-E-M. It could just be remit, of course, without that final E. Right. I'm going with this because M-E-M can just be the letter M. So I think it's remit. So it's anagram of tire around that. So it's remit. Do we agree? Please tell me we agree. And if you send back something, you remit it. I assume so. I just think of it in terms of finance or something like that. You remit an invoice, but I don't really know what it means. Remit. That means to refrain from exacting or inflicting, to give up, to desist, to transfer, to transmit, to put again in custody. Can it mean to send back? To send or put back. Yes. To relax or to pardon. Those are all the verb forms anyway. Journey to middle of graveyard in moonshine. Journey to middle of graveyard. Okay, middle of graveyard. Fifth letter is E. Moonshine. So we need a journey, a trek, a safari, a trip. Moonshine. Now that's normally illegal alcohol, isn't it? So is it going to be like rum? Liquor? Gin? Wine? Sort of trying to think of short terms for alcohol. Put an E in it and we get a journey. Good evening, Fox. Not spotting it, so I'll come back to it. Experience pain and damage in street. Experience pain and damage in street. Street is ST, so we need a word for damage. Put that in ST and we'll get a word meaning experience pain. And I might sound like I know what it is. I don't. Shout. If you damage, you mar. You hurt. Break. Can I have the first two letters, please, Neil Moo, then? Because I'm assuming the first is going to be the S. But what is the next letter? Why is... Oh, you smell... I am not good at spotting the thing. I'm good at putting the things together and then not spotting the thing. It's mar to damage. Put that in ST. You get smart. And ooh, that's smart. You experience pain. Once rats he'd set loose. Once rats he'd set loose. Anagram of... I'm going to go with rats he'd set loose as the anagram indicator. Rats. So once... I mean, it's an anagram of threads. It is. Is it an anagram if the letters are in the same order? Is it an anagram? It's a rearrangement because you're changing where the space is, but First letter, please. Hardest. It's an anagram of hardest. Ah, okay, yep, got it. Thank you. I needed that. Go for J. Darths. If you have a lack of something, you have a dearth of it. Dearths. Anagram of rat's heed. If I had to guess, that's going to be an anagram because there's, as I say, there's hardest and threads that are an anagram of that. So I think that could be a thing. That's going to have a letter added. Who knows what's going to happen? Dug out object for the audience. Dug out object, or object, of course, for the audience. So if you dug out a dearth, probably. Let's.
Dearth.
Yes, it is. You're quite right. Dug out object for the audience. Thing, item. Object or object. Disagree. No, I'll come back to that one. Location around uranium discharge. Location around uranium discharge. U is the chemical symbol for uranium. So put U in a word for location. And, I mean, if you put it in sight, you get sweet. But does sweet, S-U-I-T-E, mean discharge? I don't think it does. Place. A location is a place. I will check. I will check sweet, just in case it means discharge. I don't think it does. A set of rooms, a set of instrumental compositions, a set of programs, a group of minerals, and a group of people, but no discharge, which I wasn't expecting. Is it a hidden? Location. Place, which I'm writing down in front of me so I can put a U in it. What is the discharge going to be? If you discharge, it could be a verb. Because I was thinking like sort of maybe a tear or snot or something. But if you discharge, you sack, you fire. First letter, please. Okay. Location. Is situ. Could be situ, S-I-T-U. What's your location? What's your... Location. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okay, I've got it. Is it? If I was to discharge nonsense, I would be spouting it. I'm not sure discharge is quite the right use of the word discharge there, but spot is a location, isn't it? And then you in spot becomes spout. And if you spout stuff, you are emitting it, you are discharging it, and that's why you've said discharge some tea. So I think it is spout. So I'm going to go for that. Discerns weird tones, I'm assuming is notes. It's an anagram of tones. And if you discern something, you note it. Strangely lit case evokes an old Spanish kingdom. Okay. It's going to be an anagram of lit case. And it will evoke, I will get... an old Spanish kingdom. Do I know this Spanish kingdom? Possibly. As it's a Spanish kingdom, will it end in A? So, Ceslita, Tilesca, Selector. I mean, the Spanish kingdom with a soap named after it is El Dorado. EastEnders. First letter, please. Days of Our Lives. Castile? I mean, if you're going for castle, that can't be. Is there a Castile? Okay, there's your old Spanish kingdom. What's the what are you thinking for the Spanish kingdom there for the soap? Castile is what became Spain. Did not know that. I think I've heard of someone of Castile, but Castile is also a soap. Did not know that. Heading the wrong way. D's gripping green turf. Heading the wrong way. D's gripping green turf. I want it to be something like sedge. Seed is D's backwards. Heading the wrong way. D's. S-E-E-D. Because it's going backwards. Gripping green. So we need to put a G in it. Or GR, I guess. Segred. Segged. Gripping green turf. Turf can be a sod. Unless it's just D that goes the other way and not the S. Gripping green. Egred. Why can't I see this? I feel like this is very straightforward and very simple. I just can't spot it. So I'm going to move on. Turn away from members of Cadaver Troop. Would watch. Turn away from members of Cadaver Troop. Go for this one. I'm happy with this one. A few of you are getting O now, but I have already moved on to P. Go for P. P, 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 P. Yes. Let's increment the counter. Oh, I haven't started the counter. Let me activate it. There we go. Bing! It's hidden in Cadaver Troop. It's avert. Turn away. Avert your eyes. Hidden, literally, in Cadaver Troop. Minute in reverse, circling adult woolly creatures. Okay. Tiny. Small. Small. If you reverse small and put an A in it, you get some llamas, and those are woolly creatures. Antlered beasts in grass appearing in a mirror. Antlered beasts. Okay. Okay. Well, that's probably deer. In grass. Now, that could be pot. It could be sod again. It could be sedge. It could be something. In grass. It could be a rat as in a grass. Someone who is a grass. Appearing in a mirror. So I wanted to be like reflected. Oh, hang on. It is just deer. Because grass is reed. Put it in a mirror. Reed backwards is deer. That's what's going on in this clue. So there we are. Grass is reed. Put it in a mirror. Reverse it. You get deer. Oh dear. Exactly. Sounding pursuit of leviathans. Sorry, pounding. Pounding pursuit of leviathans. Leviathans are giants. Or giant sea creatures, aren't they? But not spotting it. I'll come back to that. Thing in a bed with monstrous stare. Thing in a bed with monstrous stare. Anagram of stare, is it? Name some things in beds. Pillows. Throws. Duvets. Sheets. Bugs. Bed bugs. Thing in a bed. Headboard. Duvet. Mattress. With monstrous stare. Leery. Oh, yes, that's a good point. It could be a flower. It could be something to do with that kind of bed, wouldn't it? In that case, that's exactly what it is. It's a flower bed. Go for tea. Or a flower. Yes, indeed. It's an anagram of stare, and it's an aster. And I was entirely fixated on the sleeping kind of bed, not the flower bed, so thank you. Or a riverbed. Yeah. So it could be a flower bed or a flower bed, literally a riverbed. Forsakes rewards. This is the last one. We know it will go here, but I'm not going to put it in the grid because we know that we need to do a thing to it. Forsakes rewards. Don't know. It's a double definition. I'm going to run away from it. So the down clues are normal. Low-level athletes, broken promise. Low-level athletes, broken promise. Feels like an anagram of promise. Low-level athlete would be a good description of a limbo dancer. I mean, athlete doesn't quite work, but low-level does. Broken promise. Low-level athletes. Is it? Okay. Is it an imposer? Because it's an anagram and it works. No. First letter, please. Semi-pro. Oof. I'm surprised it doesn't have a hyphen in it. That's not me complaining that I couldn't get it. That's an absolutely legitimate anagram of that. Just couldn't get it. Just practiced hand holding school garment. So I feel like it's going to be school is S, so we're going to put that in a practiced hand, like an old timer or something like that, and we're going to get a garment from it. So we've got 4-letter, a sari, a sash. The S needs to go in the garment. First letter, please. Faddy. What's the garment? Toga. V? A vet, then. Vest. There you go. The practiced hand, an old timer. That's your vet. Put S for school in it. You get a vest. Now, these we can put in, so I'm going to do that. Semi-pro vest would watch. C about new or old poet. C about new or old poet. Old poet feels like the definition, so I'm trying to think of poets. Aesop, but he was a fabulist. So not really a poet. Pliny? Ovid? I'm going to come back to that one. Badly treats old gold coin of Greece. Badly treats. Okay, so it's going to be an anagram of treats, and it's going to be an old gold coin of Greece. So if I had to guess, it's going to be... I mean, I just looked this up, really. Taster, no. It's not going to be taster because there are much easier ways of cluing it. I want it to end SE. Ratsy, like sestercy or something like that. Go for it in the chat because I know it's going to be an anagram of badly treats. It's the gold stater. Now, I prefer Faddy's Guess. That is a testra. Just sounds more statesman-like. Just sounds more official. Anyway, we've got stater, so I can put that down here. Circle bed by lake. Circle bed by lake. There was a tetradrachm. When I was very young, I think I was about 6 or 7 or maybe 8, I did go to Greece whilst there was still the drachma. So I knew about the drachma. Bed could be floor by lake. No, gonna have to come back to that one. Dim Duke in pictures losing heart. Dim Duke in pictures losing heart. Dim Duke feels like a nickname. Pictures could be films, movies, images. So is there an IMS for images if you take out the middle? Do you get IMS? Is there a Dim Duke called IMS? Could be a different way to read it entirely. Could be D for Duke in something that's got its heart removed. Pictures, icons. Take out the middle, you get ICNS. How am I going to get a 4? If it's dim, you're unintelligent, you're stupid. If you're dim, it's also not brightly lit, so it's dark. How about dark? No. I'm going to come back to that one then. Arch has got it. Go on then. First letter, please, Arch. Let's get. Sorry, you're not Arch. You're Antipodis. I'm so sorry. I saw A and decided to stop reading when I got to the A. Arch does have it though, apparently. Going to just wait for Antipodis to confirm. W. Oh, okay. Oh, no, it is. Yes, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, dear. So sorry. Okay, second letter, please. If you picture, you imagine. That Duke. So Duke Ellington, Duke of York. Who's the Duke? I think I may need to know the Duke. So Duke in pictures losing heart. So it's going to be a 5-letter Duke then. John Wayne. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, and then if you go dim, you wane. It's a verb to dim, to wane. Thank you. Oh, dear. Unyielding barrier. Guarded by a diminutive soldier. Unyielding. Firm. Barrier. Wall. It's another term for a wall, isn't it? Guarded by a diminutive soldier. I want the soldier to be ant. An antlet. Diminutive soldier, antlet. Mini GI. Unyielding barrier. It's not a hidden that I can see. First letter, please. Second letter, please. Just thinking of fortress, stronghold, but those are all the things that have unyielding barriers and not the unyielding barrier itself. So diminutive could be... is diminutive just dim? No, hang on. So it's going to be A. I feel like unyielding is the definition. Barrier guarded by... So it's barrier in A and then some form of soldier. So diminutive soldier. It's not GI, but I'm going to put GI there just so I know it's a soldier. Said the diminutive so... Oh, diminutive could just mean small, can't it? As in, not make the word smaller, though that does mean that. It, just like it is a small thing, so ant. What 3 letter... Oh, damn. Adamant. Adamant. And if you're unyielding, you're firm, you're adamant. There you go. Thank you very much for that. Help. British writer, mostly wrong. Incorrect. British writer. Mostly wrong. Byron. Dickens. Don't know which way the mostly goes. I don't know whether I'm after a 5-letter British writer, take off the last letter and we get wrong, or a 5-letter wrong, take off a letter and we get a British writer. But I know I'm after a 4 or 5-letter British writer. Just can't think of any writers at all. Shakespeare. It's not you. Ha! Suck it. This was out in 2002, so it won't be anyone past then. Orwell. Austen. Bronte. First letter, please. Let's have a look. First letter is A again. Douglas Adams. Wrong. Next letter, please. It's a very right shape for a good word, interestingly. Amos, Amiss. Ah, Kingsley Amiss and Martin Amiss. Those are the writers. But if something is wrong, it is amiss. Let's take off the last letter of amiss, you get Amiss. Another soldier coming up. Political system concerning soldier and me. Political system concerning soldier and me. Political system. So are we talking like specific systems? So House, Senate, Parliament, that sort of thing? Or is it going to be... Concerning could be RE, soldier could be GI, and me could be me. It's regime. It's a generic political system. I lucked my way into that one. There we go. REGIME. You could see the light bulb literally turning on in my head in that one. Some tests for ethical standards after inauguration. Some tests for ethical standards after inauguration. Yes, I've got this one. I'm finally happy with one that I've got, and that I can give it a few seconds and then I can give it to you in the chat. You know, a little bit of each, because I had been playing around in my head with political systems and couldn't think of anything ending in ME. But I did get there. Go for it, Stephen. Go, go, go. Stephen. How's your sausage roll? It's not a personal question. Its morals becomes orals. So morals are your ethical standards after inauguration, i.e. after the first letter. So take off the first letter, you get orals. A Greeks losing $1,000 grants. A Greeks lose. I think yes. How's your sausage roll? I've written that one down. So a Greek is going to be like a famous Greek from mythology, losing $1,000. So that's either going to be G for grand, K for kilo, the prefix for 1,000, or M for the Greek letter. So grants, allows. All I can think of is allows. A Greek, Spartan, Athenan. Right, name your. Of course, it could be a and then a Greek. So first letter, please, Hans et al. It's going to be A. It's not again. What's the first letter? A. May as well just put A. Okay. Second letter, please. That's going to be much more useful. Because that A is probably that A there. Okay. Grant. So it could be monetary grants, but I feel like it is grants to allow, to let, to agree. Oh, it's oh, sake. So a Greek, but take out the K for 1,000, it just becomes agrees. It's literally written there. And if you agree to something, you allow it to happen. So agrees, allows. Don't like that one. Humph, I'm in a mood. Doctor cared for tree. Doctor cared for tree. I've got that one. It really was, Stephen. It really was. This is why I do cryptic crosswords. They make me feel stupid. Either because I can't do them, or because I really should have got them. Because they're hidden. Go for 6. Go for 6. It's an anagram of cared. Doctor is your anagram indicator, and I spotted it this time, because half the time I don't. And it is cedar. Cedar wood? No. No, I'm not near a forest. I can't cedar wood. Here, right now. Cedar gives you a nasty rash. Ooh. Is that like an analogy? And what, as in, is that if you rub it against you? I'm assuming you can't really eat it, or is it like the smell? I want to know. I'm sorry, I'm being nosy. I want to know. It's time for not 1, but 2 7 downs. I don't think we've had this before. 2 7 downs. So what clue is this? Well, if this is 7 up, then this is 7 down. And here's a sprite of shame to there you go. 7's down. 14 down. Touching at the oil secretion. Okay, wow. I mean, obviously, don't do that, but interesting. Pool competitor with time to be entertaining. Pool competitor with time to be entertaining. Now, I don't know that. Yes, toucans. Excellent. Excellent. Pool competitor could be a swimmer, but could be someone playing pool, the snooker-like game. With times, T for time, add T into or at the end. To be entertaining. Hosting. Amusing. I'm going to see some snooker in April. If I have the energy. I've got a ticket to the World Snooker Championships. I'm not playing in it, obviously, but I might see if I can go down and put a pound on the table so I get the table afterwards. Yeah, it should be good fun. I think it's the first round. I think I'm going to see. One of the sessions there. Looking forward to that. I've never seen proper snooker, so I'm looking forward to that. First letter, please, for this one. Now, pool could be a product of some kind in the US, so it could be a brand name, but I'm hoping that it isn't. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's diver. It's a diver, isn't it? It's not the swimmer. The swimmer goes that way. Diver goes that way. Travelling very different directions. So that's 7 down. Now, what clue is this? Well, if it's 7 up, 7 down, yet again. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Navigation aids for southern sailors. Yep, happy with this one as well. Navigation aids for southern sailors. Go for it. It is a bit of a trek, but I'm very lucky, Stephen. It is stars. S for southern and sailors are tars. I'm very lucky because there's a very fast line between Sheffield and London. So it will probably take me not much longer to get from London to Sheffield than it will to get to London from here. So I'm actually quite lucky. So I'm hoping to do it in a day. I don't know, Meredith. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Thank you for the typo thing. Let's... I'm going to see. So it's colloquial after Jack Tar. Which is a sailor. But I don't know any more than that. I'm trying to look it up. Perhaps also, says the Oxford Dictionary of English, an abbreviation of tarpaulin, also used as a nickname for a sailor at the time. So a sailor was also called a tarpaulin, based on its oilskin hat. They had oilskin hats, so that maybe one theory is that they were named after their hats. Who else is named after their hat? Anyway, there we go. Those are the downs. So let's now have some fun in the funhouse. So we know there are 5 rooms in this funhouse. I'm assuming words, it doesn't say that they can go between rooms, but I'm assuming words stay in one room and one room only, because what does it mean to have a reverse and an anagram, or lose a letter and gain a letter? It just doesn't make sense. So I think words must be in one room only. I think this is another anagram of Cressida. I think this is an anagram of Cressida. Let's see what I can make. Just because there's an S and an A and an R there. Cressida. So what? Well, so what can we do? We can reverse it. Can't be reversed because we've got an A. We'd need an E here for Cressida, and we'd also need an A there. So it's not reverse. Anagram is possible. Answers lose a letter. No, because we'd need either a C or an R here. Answers gain a letter. No. Homophone of an answer. What's an answer? What other words are there that sound like Cressida? None. So it is an anagram of Cressida, and it ends with begins with S. Second letter, please. Second letter, please. I would love you to give me this letter, please. S-I. Ooh. Sidecars. Lovely. So we do know that this... of course it's going to get rid of my... get rid of that, isn't it? So we know that... No, it's not even that, isn't it? It is anagram of answers. It's green. We're in the green room. So we're anagramming that one. Stuffing Dad roughly into part of a building. Stuffing Dad roughly into a part of a building. That was, oh, I've got it. Go for B. I'm sure you understood that, though. Wadding, as in Hannah Wanigan, excellent actress from Ted Lasso and the Eurovision Song Contest. Wadding becomes stuffing. Dad, roughly, anagram of dad. In wing, part of a building is a wing. Now, we've only got space for adding, so I'm afraid we're going to have to lose a letter. But we now know that is the first part of that room. We've got robe next, and just to make sure that we all know, it's boostrophodon, i.e. we go this way in the first line, this way in the second line, this way in the third line, this way in the fourth line, back and forth. Road is What is that doing? Reverse? Can't be reverse because that would go there. Anagram. So it's got to be anagram and it's going to be redo because it can't lose a letter. It can't gain a letter. And it's not a homophone. It can't lose a letter because it would be either ODE, RDE, row. No, it's not going to be row. Oh yes, so we've lost a W and we have that's it so far. That is an anagram. So we could turn that green. So this one's also probably going to be an anagram, I would imagine. Not necessarily though. Magenta feels like an anagram. What anagrams of magenta are there? A magnet. Teamogen. No, Teamogen. Okay. Magenta, not going to be that. Can it gain a letter? M-A-G-E. Oh, there's an M there. So it can't gain or lose a letter. Could be an anagram. Can't be reverse. It must be an anagram. So it is an anagram. Name! That's the first half. Go for it, Meredith. I nearly said the whole thing. But it starts name. And I will just turn everything green whilst I wait for... that's... Now I've got... Now you're right. I had name tag, but it's not, is it? Name tag is another one, but it isn't that. It's Gateman. You're absolutely right. And I'm an idiot. Wow. Muppet. No, that's not going to be a Muppet. I'm not an idiot. I just hadn't spotted that the M was there. Name tag. Which... It's actually... Name tag is Gateman backwards. I'm being told no. Are the rooms rectangular? 5 rectangular rooms. Okay. So therefore we know that this... Oh, it's... Yeah, okay. So we know that those are... That's going to be an anagram. Pistols surrounding empty openings in walls. And it's going to have an A and a G in it. First letter of E, please. I mean, your pistols, your arms, your guns, your... Second letter, please. So if you're empty, you're hungry. Openings in walls. I mean, gates. Oh, so gats. Gats are your pistols, aren't they? Gats are pistols, and we're going to put E for empty in the middle of it. And gats becomes gates, and openings in walls. I was thinking far too building-y. I should have thought more wall-y and outside-y. But we know it's an anagram, so we've got stage. So in this, we've got answers losing a letter. Will this continue over here? Restricted velocity in weird, dreamy stretch. So I think it's a reverie. Because a dreamy stretch is like a reverie. Now, eerie. There we go. Restricted is R in like classifications. Eerie is weird. Put V for velocity in it. And we can take out one of those E's to get... No, we can take out the I to get revere. So there we go. We know that that goes there. Beep. Nope. Orange. Thank you. Right. Going this way. Remit. Timer. Okay, feels like a reverse. I think timer, so remit is going to get put in reverse, but of course it's already going in backwards, so we put in there. Timer to remit is not just an anagram, that's a reverse. So let's put that in reverse. Which would probably mean that that might be, unless this thing goes here. Let's have a look. Journey to the middle of graveyard in moonshine. Middle of graveyard, E. Moonshine. First letter, please, Meredith. I feel like journey is going to be the definition. Moonshine. I've absolutely no idea what you're going on about, Arch. You did something similar earlier. I love the fact that I don't know, because I think you do know, and it's a hint. Second letter, please. Middle of graveyard in moonshine. What is that moonshine going to be? I mean, is moonshine just going to be TRK? Or trip? Is it just going to be trip? Because a journey is a trip, but the middle of graveyard would be E, and I don't understand why there's no E in it. Third letter, please. Okay, well, so if can moonshine be tripe? And then I'm taking that out to make trip. Okay, don't quite like that. Oh, no, it is tripe. I've read it the wrong way around. Journey is trip. The middle of graveyard is E. We get all that. It makes moonshine tripe. There we go. And that is reversed. So, no, that's not reversed. Let's have a think. We know that it can't be an anagram because it won't be a rectangle. So it's either reverse, which it isn't, because it would go TRIPE. So it's not that. So it's either going to be triple. It's going to gain a letter, and it's going to gain an L. It's going to be triple. So let's make you blue, and we gain an L. Smart. Again, it's going to be entered in backwards. We get trams. What's very useful is knowing that everything is an answer in the grid. Of course everything's an answer in the grid. Everything is a real word in the grid. So we know that if it's a reversal, it will make a new word. Darths. Now, answers lose a letter would be deaths, but or earths. I had it as deaths for ages. But it's not, it's earths. So that's going to go there. We lose a letter, and the letter we lose is a D. And so far we've got wild thing. Da, 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 da. Dugout, audience, dugout, object for the audience. So if this comes down here, because it'd be a very small rectangle otherwise. So if this comes out here, we're after a 5-letter word. Exhumed. Object for the audience. First letter, please. I've got my arm on my leg. Look how relaxed I am. Slovenly. M. Mind. If you dug something out, you mind it. And do you mind? So it's an object for the audience, which is, I mind that, M-I-N-D, but it sounds like that, so it's mind, M-I-N-E-D, and that becomes denim. Now, which way round Hang on, it's going this way, but I'm entering it in reverse, so I'm entering it in that way. That's so confusing. I'm entering it reverse twice. So let's colour that there. Awkward. Spout. Okay, so that's probably going to be sprout, given we've got an R there, and we're adding letters to these words. So sprout. And let's turn you blue. We're adding an R. Notes, which reversed becomes set on. You called that very early, Catus. Castile is going to become castle. Lovely, yeah. That's going to lose a letter. And that's probably the last one, isn't it? I reckon that's the last one. And so that is, in terms of, for this area. So that is an I. Here we, oh dear. Heading the wrong way. D's gripping green turf. Is it a sword? Isn't that something like a green piece of turf? Raw is green. So heading the wrong way. D, the letter D. D's, so D apostrophe S, a DS, and then raw backward. Raw inside it, all reversed. Sward, which backwards becomes draws, but we still have to put it in backwards. It's so confusing. I'm putting it in backwards twice. Turn away your eyes. Advert, I think we're going here. I think. Do you lot have the word advert? We've discussed this. Ads and advertisements, but we have advert here, but I don't know whether you have it in the US. But what other letter could this be? I'm very happy with the D being here, though, in terms of wild ride or whatever this message is, because we're after probably one more. Okay, cool. So avert becomes advert with an extra letter. Llamas. Okay, this is our final thing then, because we're not going to... we're not going to reverse it. So what's the other one? Homophone? Yeah, it's a homophone. It's a homophone in this very fetching pink. So it's llamas as in priests. Deer becomes deer, D-E-A-R. I don't need that one. Pounding pursuit of leviathans. So we know that it's going to be these. Because this is going to become Easter. So I can fill in that. So there's our wild ride. So we know that this is blank A, blank L-I-N, blank. For the sounds like. Blank, blank A, blank L-I-N. Blank. Pounding, so it's probably going to end in G. Pursuit of leviathans. Wailing? Had a wailing headache? Okay, so is that W-A-I-L-I-N-G then? To wail on someone is to beat them. Did not know that. And the last one. I need to put wailing there, though, don't I? There you go. No, I was right. Desserts! Desserts! No, hang on. That is there because of that A. So that is wailing. I just unfixed it. I've got wailing here and cedar. They can't be an H there. Right. Thank you. Thing in the bed, we're done. Aster becomes Easter and forsakes rewards. Oh, okay. So that's what you were talking about. No, stressed. That does look like desserts, doesn't it? Oh. If you forsake something, you desert it, and rewards are your just desserts, which is with one S, as in desserts, as in the Sahara. But it sounds like desserts, so we put an extra S in here. We have filled the grid, but we haven't finished because there was a couple of clues that we hadn't done. So circled bed by lake. Coterie, sorry, circle bed by lake. So circle is coterie, bed is a cot, and eyrie is lake. Nice. 2. We got Dante. Oh, that poet. C. If you see someone, you date them. Put that about new for N. N for new. And you get Dante. And then we've done everything. Now we've got everything. I'm very pleased with the colours that I chose. Is there anything to wrap up? The lost and gain letters, taken in clue order, spell out a description of the Funhouse experience. It is a wild ride, and that is Lost in the Funhouse by Hex. Hooray! Well done, us. Good, I enjoyed that one. And done in just half the time of last week's ridiculously long crossword. So there we go. I like that one.